Good evening, everyone. My name is Julie Boye, and I'm the founder of the 30-Day Whole Body Detox. And it is the fifth edition. It is 2016. And amazingly, here we are 4 years later. We are on the fifth edition of this program. I'm super excited to welcome everybody to the webinar tonight. We will be going through a lot of information. It will actually be a 90-minute webinar because we do have a lot of information. So we, of course, understand if you have to sneak off before the end, but we do hope you'll stick with us right till the very end because every little bit of information will be of value. So thank you so much for joining us. So this is me, program founder, and this is my favorite picture because this program is actually a lifestyle journey, and I love that it used to say all the time, this is not a cleanse in a box, because it's not. It's actually a real lifestyle program that changes your life. And in March 2014, when I was working on the third edition of the program, it had been a really hard winter for us. My husband had lost his job. It was one of those, the really, really cold winter where we also had a ton of snow. And my husband was out of work, and I was really stressed because I did a humongous event that year for the detox. I dreamt really, really big that year. It was a bit much, but and then you can tell, like, my stomach is bloated, my eyes are puffy. I don't have the radiance that I normally do. And the program almost, I don't want to say it saved my life, but it certainly saved me from getting into a deep depression because I was so addicted to sugar. It was so bad. I was eating Eggies, which are the Hershey's version of mini eggs that you have for Easter, but they came out right after Valentine's Day. And I was eating them, a large bag, almost every single day. And it was awful. And I have a daughter, and at the time she was 3, and I would come home and I would open my bag of Eggies and I would pour some into a bowl, and she would hear it and she would ask for her bowl of Eggies. And so my daughter was getting addicted to sugar. It was crazy. I was so addicted. I would leave the house to go get a bag if I hadn't had any. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I did the program, and I was so sick for 2 days because I was so addicted to sugar. And it just had such an impact on me. It took me 14 days that year to get back to myself, and I vowed never again. And I didn't. And, last year, a little bit of discomfort the first couple of days. This year, the fifth edition, really not a lot of changes actually had to be made because I've changed my lifestyle now. I've realized that sugar no longer serves me. And that was my biggest vice and my biggest addiction. And I'm just so incredibly grateful for the program, even just for myself. And that's crazy because we've changed hundreds and hundreds of people's lives. But I want you to know that the program founder herself 2 years ago found herself completely addicted to sugar and needed this program. So the reason why I wanted to design this program is I was looking for a healthy lifestyle program that would actually not only change your habits, but would address digestion. And the reason I wanted to address digestion is because there's so many issues that so many people have. People will eat and they have bloating and stomach pain. People have bowel issues, meaning that they go either not enough, so they don't go every single day, or they're going more than 3 times a day, and things are very loose and almost diarrhea-like. Symptoms like IBS, Crohn's disease, all these things that affect our intestines, having heartburn, which actually when you go on heartburn medication makes things worse because it reduces the acid in your stomach. Weakened immune systems, people are just getting sick all of the time, goes back to digestion. And then, of course, seeing issues show up in our skin. So this is sort of where the program came from. So here we are, 5th edition, 4 years later, and it is truly the healthy whole food detox that will nourish your body at the cellular level. So how it started was I met this amazing woman. Her name is Dr. Libby Weaver. I highly encourage you to go look up her website, drlibby.com. Maybe not during the webinar, but make sure you save that one for later. So she and I met in 2012, and I got to drive her to an event. And this is like, now she doesn't even come to North America, only once a year for big events. So the fact that she was in Toronto was huge, and we were having lunch with her. And I got to drive her, and because it's Dr. Libby, you talk about your digestion. And she said to me, we talked about it, and I told her some of my challenges, and she said, Julie, I really think you should cut gluten out of your diet. And I was like, okay, Dr. Libby, that sounds great. And inside I was crying because I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a vegetarian. Like, how can I cut out my gluten? What am I going to do? So I designed programs before for my customers. I've been partnered with USANA for 10 years now, and I designed 30-day programs before, but I really wanted to make sure this one, because we're going to remove gluten and dairy, no alcohol, no caffeine, no refined sugar, I wanted to work with experts. So I partnered with Dr. Alinka Trejo, who's an amazing naturopath, to help guide and understand why detox, why spring, and all that. She was a great partner from the beginning. And another holistic nutritionist who no longer works in the program with us, but she was there right in the beginning, Laura Townsend. Now we have Linda Heredia, who has taken her place and just made this program even more incredible. So the program started with basically a 12-page PDF the first year. That was in 2012. And here we are in 2016. We now have a coaches program. We had 100 coaches last year. We already have 55 new and renewing coaches from this year, and the program was only launched a week ago. And I'm guessing we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 clients who've already started the program or have committed to starting it in the next 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure we'll hit at least 100 people doing the detox program in the month of April, if not more. So it's really grown, and it's changing people's lives. So ask yourself this question: how do I feel right now? Do you have digestive issues? Do you feel bloated all the time or after meals? Do you get sick a lot, or did you have a really awful winter? A lot of people were sick all winter. Do you have low energy? Do you have those last unwanted pounds, or you gained weight over Christmas and Easter and it's just not disappearing? Do you feel like you're in a brain fog or a lack of motivation? And that, for me, 2 years ago when I was addicted to sugar, I was so, I prepare the program every year, and I was preparing the program and I was really unmotivated and I couldn't understand why. And it was because I was really addicted to sugar. It's crazy how it messes up your brain. So this program, the benefits are that it is not a weight loss program, but the side effect is that people lose between 2 and 13 pounds, depending on who they are and, how their bodies react to the program. You definitely sleep better. It reduces inflammation, which is so good because 70 to 80% of degenerative diseases stem from inflammation. It definitely improves your digestion, sometimes within the first 3 days. Your skin is radiant and will change. Your cells will be so nourished. You will definitely have more mental clarity, and it will boost your energy. And I say this with a caveat: you're not going to feel great probably in the first 3 days of the detox. That's normal, but it will definitely boost your energy. So when you're doing this program, I already mentioned this, but the program's designed so there's no gluten or dairy in the product in any of the recipes. We encourage you to completely give up alcohol and caffeine and refined sugar. We have other things that are limited. We limit red meat. Dr. Erica Mattia, the chiropractor that's associated with our program now, she wrote a beautiful chapter called Where's the Beef that explains how to include red meat in your detox and what kind of meat. And we also limit, of course, we can have some dark chocolate, depending on how it's made. And there's a few little recipes for desserts for special events. Corn, hot and spicy foods as well, we limit. And soy, you either can take out completely or just limit depending on the person. I'm not getting into the soy controversy tonight, but if you choose not to eat soy, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to. And actually this year I created a grain-free menu option. So for those that are following a grain-free program, you can actually do this program as well. But you can include so much. This is the thing. There are so many recipes now, all poultry, fish, like I said, some red meat, fruits and vegetables, have at it. We don't limit any of those. It's not a calorie restricted program. So as long as the food items meet the requirements of the program, you can go ahead and enjoy them. So what do you get from this program? It's now a 100-page recipe and guidebook. The printed version is 120 pages. So it is complete. You get tips from our experts. So there's the first 20 pages, I believe, on the ebook and 25 on the printed book are all detox tips. How to prepare for a detox, what to do if you have a detox crisis, all kinds of other ideas to detox that just don't include food. So things like contrast showers and using body brushes and other things, detoxing your life in general. There's so much more you can do this program. It's not just about food. Our feature contributor for the program is Dr. Libby Weaver. After I shared the program with her, after we had created it the second year, so 2013, I showed her the book we'd printed, and she was just really amazed with what we'd done and really excited to support us. So her feature recipe is in the middle of the book, and she's so, like I said, she's incredibly wonderful and super supportive of us. Okay, so the way that this program works is your investment in the program is actually just your investment in your USANA products, and everything else, which I will explain shortly, is all included for free. So the value of this program is incredible because there are hundreds, if not 1,000 worth of hours that have been put into putting this program together for your success. So the ones that are circled are the foundation products. So they're built on USANA's essentials. We use probiotics. And I'm not going into detail because our next guest will actually go into detail. So I'm just going to highlight the ones that are the foundation, and she'll also talk about the extras. So USANA's essentials, antioxidants and minerals. USANA's probiotic, which is powder, stable at room temperature, dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free. Our Nutrimeal-free, plant-based protein for many of our recipes. They're so delicious. Biomega, which is an omega-3 fish oil, which is to help reduce inflammation. If you are a vegan, you can absolutely do this program. You would just choose our plant-based omega-3 called Optomega, and HEPA Plus for optimal liver support. So before I go any further, I am super excited to invite our next speaker. So Dr. Erica Mattia, she is a chiropractor with a passion for health and nutrition. It's actually she's so passionate and just loves sharing this with everyone. So I'm going to, Erica, you're unmuted. There you are. And I'm going to make you a host. You just have to start your video.
Perfect. 1 second here.
Okay, and I'm going to mute myself now, okay, and turn off.
Yep. Hi, everyone. All right. I'm going to assume everything looks good. If not, Julie, unmute yourself and let me know.
It's amazing.
I'm really excited to share with you guys the recommended products for the 30-day detox. And what's so exciting that Julie already said is that all you actually have to purchase is your products, and you have this whole program. And that's just, it's ridiculous how awesome it is. So I get to share with you what the products are and how they're going to help you. And you can have a look and decide which ones you want to use, and specifically if you want to optimize with some of the other extra ones. So this is a picture of me hugging my vitamins because I love them. And what I'm saying here basically is that sometimes it takes a big change to really feel the results. So this 30-day detox is 30 days where you're going to spend time really focusing on cleansing your body of all of the things that might cause allergies and all of the inflammatory symptoms. And you're kind of throwing it all out there, right? So you're going to do all of it if you can, stick to it for the 30 days, and you'll see massive, significant changes. I believe I did myself, and Julie told you a little bit about hers. And once you get to that state, you'll realize how amazing you can feel. And then you can start to slowly reintroduce things if you want to kind of see what was the worst for you. So yes, we want you to cut out gluten. We want you to cut out sugar, preferably, and alcohol. So if you introduce one every few days and see how you feel, then it will really help you to know how your body reacts to each of those.
Erica?
Yeah.
Can you turn on your video?
Oh, yeah.
See you?
Maybe. Yeah. Am I here? Hi. I think it worked. Okay. So here I am. We're talking to you about the USANA line, and you guys probably already all know that by now. But the thing that you might not know is the special importance of USANA. And the thing that we all love to say is that it's pharmaceutical grade, but why does that matter? So this is an image that I love because I'm going to pretend somebody's creating vitamins out of it at home. I can see the dishwasher. But technically they're probably not, but you could actually create vitamins at home if you wanted. So the regulation is there, but it's very open. So you can, they test quantities of vitamins, and there's the FDA looking over what you're doing. But overall, you guys have probably seen on the different news shows and in different reports that come out that vitamins are not containing what they say. And so unfortunately, we end up with products that we're paying for that either contain nothing like what it said on the label, or it actually has extra things that you didn't expect. And one of the things I remember hearing was dog fur in that, shoot, I forget which one it's called. It's when you have a cold, and it was a product that is stamped made in Canada and actually isn't even made
Cold
in
effects.
That's it, cold effects. So unfortunately, we have such a trust in these products, thinking they're tiny, they look just like drugs that we get from our doctors, but they're not actually regulated the same. So USANA chooses to follow the same standards that the drugs that the doctors prescribe follow, which is considered pharmaceutical grade. This is a huge difference. So it means that this company now goes through so many extra steps to make sure that it's exactly what it says on the label is in the product. And one thing that I love about USANA products too is you'll notice on their ingredient list everything that's there. So something that's even in super minuscule quantities doesn't have to be listed, but USANA lists it. So sometimes someone will be comparing two products and they'll look at USANA and say, oh, they have this extra thing in it. And then you actually ask the scientists, which you can all do, you find out that USANA lists it because they choose to, but they don't have to. And this other company almost definitely just doesn't list it. So we can all answer some more questions about pharmaceutical grade. If you guys have, you can just ask on the Facebook page or email the person that invited you, because there's lots to go into about that, but I want to tell you about the products that we're choosing. So this is, just to go on a little bit, a picture of the facility that you would be buying from. It's super clean. It's awesome. And this NutriSearch guide is an independent resource where you can test or look into different products. And it's a scientist who has studied over 1,500 different vitamins across North America. So if you know anybody who has this, or go on Amazon and buy it, it's an amazing resource. I didn't know it even existed until I got out of school. So that's too bad, but it's really helpful. So USANA is a company that always rates 5 out of 5 in that resource, independent resource, the NutriSearch Comparative Guide. And it's amazing because it's one of few. There's very, very few that rate 5 out of 5 repeatedly as each edition comes out. So even some of the biggest companies aren't there. So this is one of our favorite products that we really want all of you, if possible, to be taking, because this one makes a huge difference on its own. This is the Essentials, and it's pharmaceutical grade antioxidants and minerals. So if you've never taken it before, what you'll get is a box, and it has these 2 bottles in it. So you can see the blue and the green bottle. And one of them is the minerals, so that would be the blue one, and the antioxidants are in the green one. This product alone has huge benefits to your health. So a lot of the different minerals and vitamins are hugely helpful for detoxing. A good example is vitamin C. So it's really high in vitamin C, and what happens is vitamin C helps the glutathione in your liver, and that is what detoxes your liver, and your glutathione is precious to your liver. And it's really hard to take in as a supplement, so you take in all the things that help it, and then your liver will detox better. Curbing cravings, that was the first thing I found when I took these vitamins, just these vitamins alone. My cravings went down drastically. So if you guys are feeling like you're having cravings all the time, this could really help. It's going to help nourish your cells, which is the point of this whole program. And fighting illness is huge. And I really believe, and I really know that this is makes a big role in people staying basically free of illness through the winter. One thing I like to notice is when I go and do things with my family, my USANA family, there's very few people coughing. There's very few people sick. And these people take these vitamins every day. It's pretty awesome. So the next product, that's one of our foundation products, is the Toxin-Free omega-3 fatty acids. And this is called Biomega. So this one is amazing because it has no mercury guaranteed. So it goes through this double molecular distillation process. So not only does it have no mercury, but there's no oxidation. And that's one thing that really I'm afraid of basically in a liquid omega-3 that's from fish oil, because when it's liquid and the air can hit it, then it oxidizes. So the fact that these are in capsules is really helpful to prevent oxidation. I've been doing some comparison actually. My mom's looking to give them to her dog, and we were looking at some of the different products out there, and the levels of fish oil and EPA and DHA in these capsules is actually incredibly high, even for liquid products. So when you're looking at a teaspoon compared to a capsule, these are really high. So there's 290 EPA and 235 DHA. And then there's a little bit of lemon oil, so it tastes delicious. And the great thing about the omega-3s is that they're anti-inflammatory. So through this detox, we're trying to help your body to reduce inflammation, to feel better, to feel less pain, sleep better. All of these different things often come from reducing your inflammation. So upping your omega-3s is going to help to do that a lot. Now, the recommended dose on these is 2 per day. So we recommend buying 1 bottle for the whole detox, but you can do more. It's actually not like damaging. So if you want to do 2 bottles, it's really just going to help you out. Then if you don't want to take fish oil and you want to do something that's plant-based, it's awesome that USANA offers this, because this is a version for vegans, but it also can be for someone who just wants to add some extra oils to their diet as well. So this is called OptOmega, and it contains both omega-3s and omega-6s, but it has more omega-3s. It's an organic product. It uses flax, sunflower, and pumpkin seeds. There's extra virgin olive oil in it and the antioxidants in it to prevent having to add in something to keep it from going bad is rosemary leaf and turmeric, which are really great things for inflammation anyhow. So stored in the fridge to help prevent oxidation, because it is a liquid, but it's a plant liquid, so it's okay if you just put it in the fridge. It won't get solid. You can put it on your salads. You can put it on salads, and you can also just add it as a teaspoon if you want to just take a teaspoon a day. It's a good option for you.
Oh, and Erica, I just wanted to mention, of course, the OptOmega is only available for our Canadian clients.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Americans.
For the US.
If you have a friend in Canada, maybe we can help you out. But yeah, unfortunately, it's for the Canadians. So we also have the liver support supplement that we really, really want you to take as part of the foundation line. It is called HEPA in Canada, and in the US, it is called Hepacil DTX. That's it. So you're going to have different names, but same product, exactly the same. In this, so your liver is something that I think Linda might get into a little bit, but if you saw Dr. Olenka and if you've seen Dr. Libby, they talk about the importance of your liver as being probably one of the most important, if not most important, organs of your body. It detoxes all of the toxins that come through, basically that go through your whole system. So you really want to help detox your liver while you're going through this. So if anybody is pregnant or breastfeeding, we suggest not taking this product, because you don't want to add that to your milk or to your baby. So if you're doing this or thinking of doing this, this is the only one that you actually need to take out for someone who's pregnant or breastfeeding. Otherwise, it contains 80 milligrams of milk thistle, and that has been used for centuries to help with the liver. So it actually stimulates the enzymes in your liver, and that will help to detoxify your body. It also contains alpha-lipoic acid, and that will support the enzymes of your liver as well. It contains turmeric, which I've mentioned is anti-inflammatory. And then it contains choline and N-acetylcysteine, and those are also very good for helping your liver to detoxify. So a lot of this works with the enzymes and the glutathione of your liver. And by amping those up, basically you're going to help your liver to do its job better than it would have if you didn't help it. There's also other things added to it, so green tea and broccoli extract. So these are all things to help support your liver to get rid of all the junk. So that is partially the reason you're not going to feel so good for a little bit, because as you get the junk out of your liver and out of your fat cells, it's in your system until you actually excrete it. So for a few days while it's coming out of your system, that's where you feel kind of rough, possibly from caffeine withdrawals also. Okay, so these are the probiotics. We highly recommend these. There's 12 in a pack, and so that's why there's 2 listed on the foundation list, why you want to buy 2 boxes. So you get 28, 24 actually. No, so there's 14, so you get 28.
Yeah, 28.
I'm not a math major. No. I recommend taking these every day for life. A lot of times the nutritionists and naturopaths will say you can do them every other day. So if that's where your budget fits better, continuing on every other day, but at least during the detox, doing them every day. This is an amazing combination of bacteria that helps the human GI system. So sometimes probiotics are made and they have all these crazy names that you can't read. like as below on my slide, but it doesn't work for the human system. So if it hasn't been tested on humans, it might die in your stomach acid. So in fact, they likely die in your stomach acid. So you really want to find a product line that doesn't die in your stomach, and that's what USANA does. And these probiotics will also help to colonize all the other different probiotics that live in your system. There's 12 billion per packet, and it has these two, lactobacillus and bifidobacterial. This is a dairy-free product and a sugar-free product. It does contain a little bit of xylitol, so I had one person who was very sensitive to it. So if you find that you notice it and it bothers you, then that's going to have to be something you're looking for. But otherwise, hundreds of people have enjoyed it. It's shelf stable for 2 years. And just like a tiny little story of mine, I was taking these all winter for the last couple years, and I haven't been sick in, I think, 3 winters now. So I think that these play a huge role. They do affect our immune system. And again, Dr. Linka went on to this a lot, and I think Linda will tell you a bit more too. So the next item is an option. You can choose if you want to purchase it or not. This is the Digestivate enzymes. And these are one of my favorite things. I actually carry them around in my purse everywhere I go. They're really helpful if you're eating food that you didn't make yourself, basically, because you don't know exactly what's in it. They really help to break down all of these extra things that we're taking in. So proteins, fats, carbohydrates, milk, cellulose. So it's got, when you read the label, you'll see something that says lipase. So the ACE actually means it's an enzyme. So it has lipase for fats, cellulase for the cellulose. So when you read it, you'll see that. But you'll also know that it has bromelain and papain. And these are also enzymes, and they're actually found in pineapples and papaya. So as we get older, our body starts to produce less enzymes naturally. And as we have different inflammatory processes going on, our enzymes kind of suck. So this helps our body to actually digest the food. I don't know if you guys have heard, but you aren't exactly what you eat. You are what you digest, what you eat and assimilate, let's say. So if you aren't digesting it and it's just passing through, then it's actually not doing you any good to buy organic whole foods. So if you take the enzymes about half an hour before you eat, then you can really help your body. Now, another little reason that you can use this is if you're going through a healing process, maybe you've had an injury or something that's damaged in your body, you can take these enzymes on an empty stomach, and they'll also help your body heal better. So that's another use you can do with them. Another exciting thing is that USANA added artichoke extract in the last few years, and artichoke extract has been used for hundreds of years, and it's been used for a lot of stomach stuff. So if you get stomach upset or gas, heartburn, hangover symptoms, not us in these 30 days, but it could happen after, nausea or vomiting, all these things artichoke extract is going to help with. So some of my patients and clients really love to use it for their heartburn. So instead of taking Tums and other calcium things that are actually making the problem worse, you can use enzymes. So these ones are option, but I think that they are pretty close to necessary. Now, this is our protein that we recommend during the cleanse, and it is also on the required list. It's an allergen-free protein, so that's why it's called NutriMeal-free, because it's free of many different allergens. So we want you to be using this as you want to use a protein powder, and it's actually a meal replacement, so you can actually make shakes with it and feel nourished for your whole breakfast or lunch or however you want to have it. This is a pea and potato protein, so it's from a plant source. That means that it's not going to aggravate your immune system. If you're allergic to maybe whey or soy, it stays away from all of that while you try through the 30 days. There's also no dairy in it and no gluten. So this fits into the detox perfectly. It provides you vitamins and minerals, carbs, all your macros and micros are basically in a serving. And actually, probably all of us have our favorite recipe in the guidebook, which is on the very last page. So that's all I'm going to say, is that they're the most awesome bars ever. This is a low glycemic shake as well, so your sugar won't spike, so that's amazing. and 15 grams of protein in a serving. And that's nearly about all your body can handle at a time. So you don't really need to worry about it's not being enough. You can do 20 grams, but about that is the limit. So the next product that I want to share with you is the fiber. And we really recommend this one too. Now, if you're like super over bloated and you feel a lot of stomach pain, that might be a person that actually shouldn't use the fiber right away. Maybe after a few weeks into the program, then you start incorporating the fiber. But what this one does is actually really starts to help your body detox your GI system. So it has the soluble and insoluble fiber in it. It's a lot like Metamucil, but better. So it's not a weird color and it doesn't have any added filler, and it's actually cheaper. I've priced it before. It contains inulin in it, which is a prebiotic, which means it's going to feed the probiotics. So now you're actually helping those probiotics you're taking to do better than they would have had you not taken this. And the bacteria already in your system, they'll eat this inulin and function better. And those guys are really important, again, for your immune system. They're actually really important for your brain functioning. Your gut system is connected to your brain through a nerve, and actually the inflammation in your gut can cause inflammation along that nerve and inflammation in your brain. So as you take down the inflammation in your stomach, you're going to help your head to have more mental clarity, sleep better. Both Julie and I were talking about how much better we're sleeping on this cleanse, even 9 days in. So another part of the fiber G is the psyllium, and that's an insoluble fiber, and that's going to help with cholesterol levels and as a bulking agent. So that's going to collect basically all of the junk that's in your GI system and help get it out of there. And I was telling everyone at the live seminar, so I'll tell you guys too, but one of my clients calls this the magic pooping elixir when they mix the fiber G with the probiotics. And so if you know anybody who needs to go or would like to be more regular, basically, the fiber with the probiotics works really well. It's not like you can't do that and then go to work. It's not like that. It's just, it gets your system going. And that's really important. When you're doing a detox, like I was kind of saying, the toxins come out and then they collect. So you have to get them out of your body. Oh, good. We're doing good. So this is really the last points I want to make for you guys. Supplements are just that. We understand that, and that's why we want you to take your supplements to supplement, but we also really encourage the whole food eating part, and that's what we really want to make sure you guys do. So you can't just supplement and call yourself on a detox. It will help for sure, but it's not you. It's very important that you also do the foods part. We want you to choose premium quality supplements, and I've told you a bit about how USANA is premium quality. So sticking with that, top of the line is the best that you can do for yourself. And give yourself a monthly preventative medicine budget. So let's say you just decide, like, you know, instead of paying for a gym you don't go to, let's say, or whatever you choose to spend your money on, put that $100 a month or so aside on your preventative medicine budget. Say, I'm spending my $100 every single month to help myself stay healthy and live longer. And this is my last point, is pick a long and healthy age goal and just act accordingly. So for me, I like the idea of saying I'm going to live healthy until I'm 100. And if I'm going to live healthy till I'm 100, I got a long way to go. So I need to live really well right now and use my preventative medicine properly so that in, you know, whatever many years, then I will feel awesome still. So I just want to thank you guys for being here and for taking this seriously and showing an interest. And if you know what, if this year isn't right for you, try a few of the supplements to just get started, and then next year go all in. And if it is right for you, I'm really excited, and I can't wait to hear from you guys on Facebook and on our group. So thank you, Julie. I think I'm going to stop sharing and let you take over.
All right, I am back, so I will share my screen quickly. Great. So I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to meet you, Erica. Thank you so much. I'm going to just housekeep on a couple of videos that are on that people might not be aware that their video is on. So just one sec. And sorry, guys. people don't know that their video on, and then occasionally it comes up on the screen and it's like, hey, there's that person. Okay. That was fantastic. Thank you so, so much. It's funny, I've heard Erica do this talk probably 5 or 6 times now, but every time I learn something new. And yes, I've been using the term magic pooping elixir quite a bit. Oh, hi, Amy. I'll just you know how to turn your video off, my dear. Thanks. So that was great. And yeah, the thing about the fiber is it is an optional product. So just to review, the foundation product. So in order to get all of the free bonuses, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, you've got to order the minimum, which is the foundation, because we feel that the program is not going to be effective without the minimum product. So the essentials, the Biomega, the probiotics, the Nutrimeal Free, and the HEPA Plus. In the US, you can actually add the digestive enzymes, and your program costs the same as the Canadian's program does, $223, because the US exchange rate is so good right now. So you guys get digestive enzymes as part of your base program. I do, however, really recommend adding the Fiber G if you'd like to. We didn't mention the toothpaste, but USANA has an all-natural whitening toothpaste that actually works. See, I've been using it for probably 5 or 6 years, and it is fantastic. And why not get rid of toxic toothpaste during your detox? It's a great time to give it a try. So that can be as a bonus as well. So you get so much support. Here's the thing. This program, now that it's in its 5th edition, we know what we're doing. We know that it works, and we're there to support you. So myself, Dr. Olinka, Erica, Linda, we're all there, but not just that, you get an incredible community of support. And I think Linda's going to speak before I go into all the bonuses. But for those who've done the program before, I just want to tell you what's new for 2016. So we added 20 new recipes to the book. So there are now 80 recipes. So you cannot get bored. There's 2 new chapters. We added soups and barbecue. And the reason is now the program is a year-round program. So for years, people kept saying, I want to do the detox in the summer and I want to do it in the fall. And I kept saying, no, it's a spring program. I'm not going to support that. But then the demand just got really high. So I said, okay, let me create some support for those that choose to do it during the summer and the fall. The spring is the best time. And I believe Linda's probably going to address that a little bit. So it is the best time to do this program. Summer and fall, not bad. Really hard, though, to do during the summer because of the no alcohol. Unless you don't drink alcohol, then it's not a big deal. But I added the barbecues for the summer. And the nice thing is you can continue to make these recipes far beyond the 30 days. I mentioned earlier Erica's section on Where's the Beef that explains about the role of red meat in the program and in your lifestyle. The coaches program is growing exponentially. We actually had a coach enroll during the webinar, which is amazing. And now for those that paid for the coaches program last year, all you have to do is renew. So it's only $9.99 for the renewal. So that's amazing for existing coaches. And now we're up to 25 different contributors. And I'm already thinking ahead to what we might possibly do for 2017, potentially adding a new exercise component. I know Jordana, I don't know if she's listening, but she was in the live event. She also has some great recipes that I've seen come up on Facebook. So we'll probably add her as a contributor. Like there's just so much coming up. I keep saying every year, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to update it next year. But I mean, the program it's amazing to see what people have to offer and how quickly it's growing. So our next speaker, and I'm going to give her full 30 minutes. So I'm going to pass it over to Linda Heredia. She is a registered holistic nutritionist, and she's been working, this is her 3rd year partnered with us in the program, and she has been an amazing addition. I think she personally contributed perhaps 12 recipes, maybe more, I'm not sure. So Linda, if you want to turn on your video and everything, and I'll just make sure everything else is all set for you.
Hi, everyone. Oh, I guess I'll put it so you guys can see me.
All right, let me turn off my video. Oh, hang on, I need to give you the control. Sorry, 1 sec.
No problem. And then I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, perfect. Amazing.
Okay. I'll just make sure everything's okay, and then I'll
perfect. I'll just share screen. Let me see. Wait, can you guys see my screen? Not yet.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I can see it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it full screen now?
Now it is, yeah.
Okay, amazing.
All right, so I'm going to mute myself.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Julie, for the introduction. For those of you who don't know, I am Linda. And what I want to share with you over the next 30 minutes or so is just a little bit about what detox is, why we need to detox now, some of the key players, and then a few tips to help you get through these 30 days as smoothly as possible. Let me click here. Perfect. So what is detoxification? So this is actually a natural process. It happens every single day in our bodies. And it's basically the idea of neutralizing and eliminating toxins and clearing and filtering waste products. So you can just think of the definition as simple as that. Some of the key players involved in detoxification include these organs and these systems. So the liver, which Erica mentioned, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, skin, the digestive system and bowels, which I'll also talk a little bit more about, the lymphatic system, lungs, and kidneys. So all of these organs and systems are involved in this natural detoxification process that happens every single day in our bodies. So you might be wondering, okay, well, Linda, if you're telling me that this process is natural, then why do I even need to actively detox? And this is one of my favorite questions because unfortunately, in today's society, we're being bombarded left, right, and center 24/7 with toxins, whether it's internal or external. So I live in Toronto. So if anyone else lives in a big city or even small cities now, there's probably smog or pollution in the air. Maybe you're eating fast food, and maybe you're eating out, just thinking of pesticides if you're not eating always organic, thinking of even your body care or hand soap or dish detergent, thinking of, every little thing that we can be bombarded, even stress. Stress alone causes huge toxicity. Anybody who works out a lot, that actually intense workout will produce toxins in our body. So I could go on and on and on, but there's so many things that we're bombarded with today that system that I showed you, those organs of detox, they can't keep up. They're trying so hard, but they just can't keep up with what we're putting in. So we're bombarding our systems more quickly than they even have the chance to eliminate. So if you're feeling any of these symptoms like the woman on this slide is, whether it's, weight gain or fatigue, mood swings, headaches, migraines, bad breath, poor sleep, constipation, muscle pain, spasms, and again, skin issues, the list just goes on and on and on. It's so wild what really can show up when our body is overburdened with toxins. So some of these symptoms you may not even think to attribute to, maybe I just need to really give my body a little bit of support. But for those of you who heard Dr. Olenka Trejo speak, she spoke to this as well. But even with my own clients, it's so incredible what a gentle detox can do to someone in terms of their mood, their sleep, their skin, their entire system. And some people who come to see me don't even necessarily realize that they need to detox, and they may not even feel any of these symptoms strongly. Then they go through a gentle detox like this program, and they come out of it feeling so much more energy that they didn't even realize that they needed, or their skin is glowing, they're sleeping better, they're happier, and the list goes on and on. So for this reason, we really want to, at least once a year, support our bodies in actively detoxing. So then the question becomes, well, what is the best time? And like Julie mentioned, you can detox at any time, any point of time in the year, but spring is absolutely incredible for a few reasons. One is our bodies are already energetically primed to spring clean. So even if you think about your own home, you might be, maybe not so much if you live in Toronto today because we had a bit of a snow storm, but typically in spring, typically in April, you are ready to, change out your clothes, to get rid of garbage, to clean out your garage, to maybe do a garage sale. So energetically, we are primed. We want to do this. In the middle of winter, especially over the holidays, I don't know about any of you, but I just want to get cozy. I want to hibernate. I want to have all my warm drinks, and the thought of having salads and fresh juices just doesn't appeal to me. And that's because on a deeper level, our bodies are meant to take in warm foods in the winter. And now at this time, we're ready for those watery foods, for the fresh juices to really clear out that extra burden that we took on during hibernation winter mode and really release it. We're ready to move into lightness. So this is an incredible time for you to do any detox. I'm not going to get a chance to go into all of those systems of detox and all of those organs of elimination, but I do want to touch on a couple. And one of them that I want to talk about is our digestive system in the gut. And you may have heard this phrase before where it says health begins at the gut. And the reason so many of us say this phrase, if it's something that's not new to you, or even if it is I've listed a few here, but it's because what happens in the digestive system, what happens in the gut, is absolutely incredible. And Erica did touch a little bit upon this, but in our gut, it is absolutely crucial to have really good gut flora or bacteria, good healthy bacteria, a good balance of it. You'll always have some bad bacteria, but it's really important to have a higher amount of good bacteria than bad, and to have really healthy tissues. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the digestive tract, it starts here in the mouth and it goes all the way through down to the anus. So it's about 9 meters long, and it is absolutely crucial to have a healthy system because it does so much for us. So that good bacteria that we have in our gut and those healthy tissues are tied to a healthy immune system. So that good bacteria helps to modulate the immune system, and actually 70% of our immune system lies in our small intestine, which is absolutely incredible. So I have a 14-month-old, and I have started him, which I'll talk a little bit more about later, but on probiotics since birth, because they have an underdeveloped immune system and an underdeveloped gut. Their gut hasn't fully matured. So it is so crucial to make sure they're getting really good bacteria to support that healthy growth. This healthy bacteria and a healthy gut is going to help you to prevent bugs from colonizing in your body. It's going to help to actually produce vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins, K vitamins, B vitamins. It's going to actually give you energy from items that you can't fully digest higher up in the digestive tract. Erica actually mentioned this, and for those of you who are at the live event, you would have heard Olinka mention this as well, but they're now saying that your gut is really considered to be like a second brain, because it actually produces about 30 neurotransmitters, including 90% of serotonin production. So for those of you who aren't familiar with serotonin, this is the happy hormone, which it's one of my favorite hormones. I think it's a favorite for so many people in terms of sleep and mood. And 90% of its production is actually happening in your gut. And having healthy gut and good bacteria, a good balance of good bacteria, is even going to have an effect in weight management. So the list goes on, which is why for so many reasons like this, you may have heard the phrase, health starts at the gut. So this is where the power of probiotics, I cannot stress it enough. I wish we could get all of the probiotics that we needed through food. And you really do have to go beyond the yogurt. So I have a lot of clients who will say to me, well, Linda, I eat yogurt every day. And the problem with yogurt is you're getting about 5 million bacteria, and then you're not really getting incredibly amazing cultures. And a lot of times there's sugar involved in that, or there's dairy, which is pro-inflammatory, mucus forming. So you really do have to let go of the yogurt and move to supplementing when it comes to probiotics. I can't stress that enough. And the one that I love about USANA, which Erica did mention, is you're getting shelf stable. You're getting one that does not die off in the stomach acid. A lot of probiotics, when you're looking for them, will actually get killed off by the acidity in the stomach. Or if they do make it to the colon, they're enteric-coated in a way that can actually be a little bit toxic to the body because of the way that they've been manufactured. So really important to get probiotics every day, especially for anyone here on the program who is a nursing mom, last year I did this program as a nursing mom, you want to make sure that you're really getting a good dose of this for you and baby. Now, the second piece of the detox system I want to touch upon is the liver. You may have seen so many of my posts on Facebook about the liver if you follow me. I love the liver. It actually performs over 300 functions. This is something that you cannot survive without it. And it is the only organ in the body that can actually regenerate itself. So if you do feel like maybe you've done a little bit of damage to your liver, that's okay. You can actually more or less regenerate your entire liver within 7 years, assuming you're doing the proper practices. So it performs over 300 functions, from hormones to digestion to detox. It's your fat burning organ. So I have a lot of clients who just from doing liver support can receive amazing results in weight loss. A lot of us will hold an excess of 15 pounds of mucus in our bodies, because what will happen is we're being bombarded with these toxins, and the liver, it's just being overworked and it cannot keep up. So what happens is our body, in order to neutralize some of these toxins, will just coat it in mucus. And then that mucus just sits in our bodies. So I have clients walking around with up to an extra 15 pounds of mucus alone. So you really, really, really want to take care of your liver from a weight perspective, a glucose, blood sugar perspective. It's going to help to curb cravings, reset metabolism, bile production. If anybody is missing a gallbladder, again, extra support for the liver, because the liver has to pick up that extra slack. Anyone with irregular hormones who's looking at fertility, acne, any PMS, even like polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, so much is involved in the liver. So this is an absolute must. Even if you feel like, I've never touched a drop of alcohol in my life, you still need lots of love for your liver. So that's why I just wanted to focus a little bit on the liver now. Without going into the entire scientific background, you don't need to worry about much of this diagram. There's just two things I want you to know. The liver goes through more than 2 phases, but I'm going to focus on 2 phases. And all you need to know is the first phase, it is taking these waste products and it's taking these toxins and it's converting it into something that our body can then excrete in phase 2. And it excretes it through those key players that I showed you. So through those organs, it's going to come out through urine, bile, and stool. And the other thing that I want you to note is when you look at the nutrients in this diagram that are required for this process to happen. So your vitamin Bs, folic acid, glutathione, flavonoids. It needs vitamin C, taurine, glutamine, glutathione, magnesium, cysteine. So it actually requires all of these nutrients for your liver to actually take a toxin into a water-soluble waste material that the body can excrete so it doesn't harm our tissues and stay in our system. And when you look at this, you may think, okay, well, I maybe can get all this through food. But one thing that is absolutely incredible to note is in order for you to get optimal levels of these nutrients, you will need to consume 22,000 calories of good quality food every single day. Our food supply is incredible for macronutrition. So it's incredible for your proteins, your fats, your carbs. But when it comes to micronutrition, which is what these nutrients are, this is where we're deficient, because unfortunately in today's society, our soils are really deficient in micronutrients. Those micronutrients that are traditionally found in the soil, they get taken in by our fruits and our vegetables, and then that's how we actually receive micronutrition. But because of soil depletions, because of farming practices, because of the way that we prepare our foods, we would actually need to consume 22,000 calories a day. So to give you an example of vitamin C, studies were done that looked at vitamin C in 1940. They looked at the vitamin C content in oranges in Florida. And so one orange in Florida in 1940 to get the same amount of vitamin C then in the 90s was about 7 to 8 oranges. And today it's closer to 18 oranges. So it just goes to show you that micronutrition is no longer the same as it once was. And supplementation is now, unfortunately, no longer a luxury. It's actually a part of a health equation. So if you truly want holistic health, you need food as your foundation, supplements to bridge that gap, and then, of course, healthy lifestyle. So just wanted to point that out here because it is so essential for your body to get these nutrients to really be able to perform the processes that it needs to for a healthy system. Olenka did touch upon this. So if you were at the live training, or the live seminar, you would have heard some of this. But there's something called liver loaders and liver lovers. And what it simply means is liver loaders, which is on the left, your alcohol, trans fats, caffeine, processed foods, pesticides, nicotine, medications, prescribed medications. These are the things that in that diagram earlier that I showed you of what is causing our system to be overloaded, overburdened, and cannot keep up with clearing things out. So on the right, we've included in the program so many liver lovers. So your cruciferous vegetables, milk thistle, turmeric, bitter greens, onion, garlic, sprouts, beets, lemon, and so much more to really support the liver, because we know that it has a key role in the process of detoxification. So what I want to talk a little bit about now is why we have excluded dairy and gluten from the 30-day whole body detox program. And this is similar to those liver loaders. We want to lift the burden on our detox systems. Our poor detox systems are already going through so much. And think about, if you look at that list back that I shared with you at the beginning in terms of pollution and stress and high exercise and eating out and all the things that we do to our bodies, they're just truly crying for support, especially oftentimes as we get out of that winter. So by creating the program to be dairy-free and gluten-free, we are really setting you up for optimal healing and optimal results so that we can lift the burden on the detox system, really eliminate inflammation, really eliminate extra mucus, because dairy is mucus forming and it is pro-inflammatory. Gluten, it may not be something that everyone is sensitive to, but it is such a common sensitivity now that to even just remove it for 30 days is, you may find that it's going to do tremendous healing, and you may not even realize that it was something that was bothering you until you do take it out. So for that reason, we've really created this program to be as healing for you, and that's why we've removed these two items. So Erica did talk a little bit about it. So just for a moment, I want to talk about cravings. So now I've sort of shared with you a little bit about detox, why now, what it means for our system, why we need to support it. And now I want to shift a little bit more into how I can help you get through these next 30 days as smoothly as possible. So cravings, this is something that may come up for you, which is absolutely normal. Julie, thank you for your transparency and your vulnerability and sharing with us where you were 2 years ago with the sugar addiction. Cravings are huge. When I was pregnant, that was the first time that I experienced cravings as though I felt, I don't know if this is anyone else has felt this way, as though somebody else was in control of what I wanted to eat. They were just so fierce. And the same when I was nursing. So last year when I did this program, I was a nursing mom. You can do this if you're nursing. You will just avoid HEPA, as Erica mentioned. And this helped me tremendously to just feel a little bit more like myself again, and not so much like nutritionist gone wild, because those nursing cravings were really strong. So when you're getting cravings, there's two things I want to mention. One is if you're craving, let's say, something sweet, you may be thinking, okay, well, I'm really craving that cupcake, or I'm really craving, I can't remember the name, Julie, but those like mini egg versions that you were craving. So oftentimes you might be like, okay, well, I'm going to go for the celery and hummus. And I'm telling you right now that 9 times out of 10, that will not work. It won't work because your body is craving that sweet for a reason. They actually say sugar is more addictive than cocaine. And it is true for what it does to our bodies. But what I want you to look at is if you're craving something sweet, what is it about it that you love? Is it the sweetness? Is it the texture? And then I want you to find a replacement that will actually swap that out. So I'll give you an example with myself. I'm a salty person, so I crave chips. So for me, I like the saltiness. So my swapping it out version, if I were to go for an apple, I would still be craving the chips. So for me, it's seaweed snacks. Seaweed snacks for me just do the trick. They're a healthy version. They give me that saltiness that I want. For other people, chips might be the texture. So then you might want to go for the crunchy veggies. So look at what it is you're craving and swap it out for something that will give you that same satisfaction. This second reason you may be craving is because you're actually deficient in a nutrient. This is a huge, huge, huge factor. This is where the essentials come in. Remember that number I said earlier about we need to consume 22,000 calories a day to bridge the nutrient gap? The essentials will do that for you. When you take the essentials, you are going to provide micronutrition to every single system in the body. Any area that you may be deficient in, that will truly support it. There's also chromium, which is going to also stabilize blood sugar and again, help out with cravings. If you want to eat, dine out when you're on the program, we don't expect you to, stay at home. I actually posted a recipe the other day. I was out on the go with my son and I stopped at a juice bar. And we want you to be able to still do the things that you would in your nutritional lifestyle in terms of eating out, going to meetings if you have to, and you can absolutely do that on the program. There's just a few words that are going to become your new best friends. So this is hold the, instead of, and on the side. So if you're going out to a restaurant, you may just say, I'd like to order the vegetables, but hold the butter. Or instead of the creamy dressing, can I please have lemon and olive oil? Or can I please have the sauce on the side? So again, I go to restaurants often, and my husband always says to me, he's like, oh gosh, here goes Linda. And then he'll sometimes warn the waiter or waitress, she's a nutritionist, because I always tailor the menu. I know there's a few restaurants that would be a little bit offended if you do that, but if you just tell them you have an allergy, they will absolutely accommodate, at least 9 out of 10 cases. So if I'm wrong with that one restaurant, 9 and 10 times, they will for sure accommodate, especially if you just let them know that you have an allergy, if you don't want to get into the whole spiel about the detox. Now, the other piece that's going to really help you in this program is, as Julie mentioned, this is not just about food. This is not just about micronutrition. This is a lifestyle program. We have so much toxicity built up in our bodies from stress. Stress is something that every single person experiences on some level or another, and to varying degrees. It's something that actually is very useful for us when we use it productively. So there's functional stress, which is something that's absolutely incredible. So it's that little bit of adrenaline that gives you the energy and the courage to, do a presentation or to go to that meeting. But most of us, unfortunately, use stress in a dysfunctional fashion. And when that happens, we actually end up really burdening the costs on our bodies. So instead of using stress in short bursts as needed, we end up running in this chronic mode of stress where we're constantly feeling the stress and the pressure. And when that happens, our cardiovascular system is being burdened, our nervous system, our tissues. So one thing that you can do, because I know stress is inevitable, but I really want you to get as much benefit as you can and truly detox your entire lifestyle during these 30 days. And the most simple technique you can do is to take 5 deep breaths. Doing this every single day or in any moment of stress is going to switch your system from sympathetic nervous system, which is that fight or flight mode, to parasympathetic, which is relaxation, it's digestion. If you're trying to eat food and your mind is racing, so even if you're absolutely in a still environment, you're by yourself, you're eating lunch or eating dinner, but your mind is thinking, it's running in stress mode. If it's running in stress mode, it cannot digest. So just take 5 deep breaths to switch the signal and allow yourself to really, really relax as much as possible, then enjoy your meal. What I like to do is every time I inhale, I love to actually embrace gratitude. And Julie is the queen of gratitude. Her book, 30 Days of Gratitude, I believe that's the right title. Julie, please correct me if I'm wrong. But to really inhale and embrace gratitude. And when you exhale, just let it all go. Release whatever it is that's running through your mind, whatever is no longer serving you. If you're alone, I like to sigh it out because it just feels so much better to just let that go. So I highly, highly recommend that you practice breath throughout these 30 days. In terms of a bedtime routine, bedtime is actually when we detox. So when we are sleeping, our body goes through a full detoxification process. So it is vital that we get really good quality and quantity of sleep. And oftentimes what I see in my clients is that they'll be on their phone, on their computer, watching TV, and then they go to bed and they expect to fall asleep soundly. And sometimes they do just tell me, Linda, I just crash right out. And they just pass right out. But unfortunately, what happens is we're not really allowing our bodies to step into the quality sleep that it needs because we're just expecting it to go from fully awake, fully alert, fully stimulated to, okay, now sleep, renew, and detox, please. And so you want to actually create a bedtime routine just like you would a morning routine. So maybe your morning routine, you make your shake or you have breakfast, you shower, you brush your teeth. For your bedtime routine, I recommend 30 minutes at least before bed, shut everything off. And just, relax, journal, all the electronics off, relax, journal, take a bath, have a tea, reflect, read a book, whatever you feel you need to do to set the tone. I love ending my day with gratitude. I love reflecting, not in a way that will stress you out, but just in a way that you will really be able to set the tone and then just go into it from there. And now another tip is if you have any LED lights in your room, so your clock, your phone, wear an eye mask. This is going to actually help you so much because those lights actually interfere with our sleep process. They interfere with circadian rhythms. They interfere with detox. So it's really important to get good quality sleep and good quantity sleep. So again, going to bed closer to 10, which I know can be early for some of us, but at least 10, between 10 and 11 will really set you up because if you're going to bed after that, some of your organs, according to Chinese medicine, are actually not going to detoxify properly because each one gets tapped into at different times in the night. So if you can get to bed around 10, you're really setting yourself up for the most incredible detox. If you do have trouble sleeping, please speak to someone who introduced you to the program because there's also an incredible product not listed called Pure Rest, which may be something that may serve you. I'm almost done here. So one of the few final slides is to track your habits. A lot of people, when I see them in before detox and after and with this program, they may think, okay, I drank all my water. I had this, I had that. And when I get them to start to track, it's actually a lot less than they realize. Oh, I didn't really have as much veggies as I thought. Or, wow, I really ate more of that than I should have. So when you track your habits, you bring about awareness. When you bring about awareness, this is incredible because you can make change. And when you can make changes, you are growing. So tracking is so incredible throughout this program. Do not underestimate the power because if you really want a transformation, this program is meant to transform. So if that's something that you're looking for, I highly recommend tracking your habits. You can do that really simply on your smartphone even. So you don't even have to carry around a pad of paper. And there's even a tracker that you get as a client through USANA where you can track all of your daily habits. And it's an incredible tracker. I think it's called My Health Companion. Wellness community, huge. This is huge. And we have one. Julie has created a beautiful wellness community with all of our clients, all of the coaches online through the private Facebook group. Community is huge. We are a species that like community, like tribes, like that accountability, like that like-mindedness. So if you feel like you have that community locally with friends, with family, even more incredible. That is an incredible bonus. If you don't know anyone else doing this program, we're here to support you. So every day we're going to be posting tips, we're going to be sharing experiences, and I highly encourage you to participate, because if you become an active participant in this community, you will just soar your results, because you will be that much more committed and pumped and hyper and motivated and encouraged to keep on going and to really, really thrive throughout this program. So the last tip that I want to give you goes back to positivity and gratitude. So just remember throughout this program that your body is an incredible, incredible gift. I really want you to honor your body for everything that it does for you. I mean, when you think about it, there are thousands and thousands of processes that are happening in our body that we just wake up and we breathe. And, we move and we walk and we talk and we don't even think about it. This is something that oftentimes we take for granted. So just know that oftentimes it's easy for us to be upset with our bodies or to be discouraged by our bodies or what it has or hasn't done for us. I really want you to honor it, because if you can bring gratitude to your body, I truly believe our cells really can take in that energy. And if you're angry with your body, as Louise Hay talks about in so many of her audios, your system really senses that. So to truly detox, truly allow yourself to love your body, honor your body, all the miracles it does for you on a second-to-second basis. And my absolute favorite equation, which I have up here, is E plus R equals O. And this is from Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul author. And this is the fact that events, which is the E, and our life are completely out of our control. This is something that we can't control. R are our reactions to those events. That is in our control. So for example, if you are in a traffic jam, you may have person A and person B next to each other in their cars. And person A is just cursing and upset and frustrated and swearing. That is their response to this event, which is out of their control. And then person B, in the exact same event, which is out of their control, is realizing, well, you know what, I cannot do anything about this. So I'm going to catch up on my audiobooks, or I'm going to catch up on some music that they want to hear. Or maybe this is just, okay, this is time for me just to sit and think and be, where I don't have to deal with coworkers. I don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle. And this is just extra time for me. And what a blessing. That response is very different. So even though they're both facing the same event, their response is so different. Their outcome is completely different. I want to challenge each of you throughout these 30 days to not just challenge yourself in the food that you're eating, the supplements that you're taking, but to challenge yourself to step into an attitude of gratitude and positivity. It will come back tenfold. Living a positive mindset and a grateful mindset will only bring more of that into your life, and it will help to wash away toxicity and bring in more love, more abundance. So it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. When I catch myself frustrated with something, I catch myself, I stop myself, and then I shift. And Darren Hardy, for those of you who know him, one of the biggest things he says to help you shift is input. So really make a point, 30 minutes a day, to input and inundate your mind, your spirit with positivity, whether it's audios, whether it's books, or something that really will help you to make that shift. So I hope that that's been 30 minutes. I think I'm pretty much on time. And I just wanted to share with you those tips. If you do need any other support, or if you want to follow the journey, you can follow me online. It's just Linda Heredia on Facebook or on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. Share your tips, hashtag a 30-day whole body detox, and I cannot wait to see what comes out of it this month for everyone. So happy detox, everyone.
Oh, Linda, that was amazing. Wow. Wow. That was, yeah, outstanding. I totally loved it. And Tracy says that she says thank you very much as well. That was amazing. I feel like I couldn't have said it better myself. Like, I love when I hear other people talk about gratitude. So thank you, Linda.
You are the queen and the inspiration.
So what, if you want to just, mute yourself for now, and then I'll invite at the very end. So I know it's getting close to 10, which is also, it is actually the time when I shut down and do things. I'm going to go through the next little bit, which I know you've been highly anticipating. So what do you get? So you invest in your USANA nutritionals. That's your payment. That's what you pay for. It's $223, whether you're in Canada or the US, for the foundation products. The difference in the US is that the digestive enzymes are included in that $223, not in the Canadian version. There is tax and shipping on top of that. And then these are the bonuses. You get the full 100-page 30-day whole body detox recipe and guidebook electronic copy. You get a personalized detox plan, so it tells you what to do every single day. You get a weekly support email from your coach at the very minimum. Most coaches support you more than that. You get printable bonuses. You get menu plans, grocery list, tips for eating out, juicing with a blender, weekly prep, and a very important pre and post detox checklist. And as Linda was saying, we have an incredible Facebook community. It is amazing. The support is just outstanding. People are posting in there several times a day. It's sharing their meals, talking about challenges. It's been amazing. Now, if you are on this call because you're looking to become a coach of the program, so if you're a wellness professional already, or even if you're already in USANA as a USANA associate and you're looking to become a coach, this is a proven program. It works. We are in the 5th edition now, so it is truly a turnkey product for you. And the cool thing is this detox program does apply to the majority of clients. So what I like is that this will deal with a lot of digestive issues, and it will remove so many inflammatory foods that what people might find is, when they see their naturopath after having done a 30-day whole body detox, a lot of the concerns that they had before seem to have disappeared. So it's easier, if there's still concerns and challenges, for the naturopath that they're working with to pinpoint what is actually going on. You do have an incredible support team. So if you're a personal trainer, a holistic nutritionist, and you feel like you're on your own, now you're in a community of people. So not only do you have the support of the community within the 30-day whole body detox, but you also have the amazing USANA community as well. It is an additional revenue stream for you. And the cool thing is it can be a product partner for any existing program that you have as well. So if you have different programs, maybe weight loss programs, all those things are really well supported with optimal cellular nutrition. There is very little admin for this program. It is put together in such a way that once you read through the coach's guide, you know what you're doing. You have lots of guidance. It's not going to add extra work to your schedule. Really, truly, you can ask any of our coaches if they're on, they can chat. I mean, it does not add a lot of work to your life, and it's so beneficial for your clients. The last thing is it has a potential to create residual income. So it can create income that comes again and again and again, because many clients, after they do the detox, will continue with some or all of the products, because for them it's become a lifestyle change. And when people learn and understand the value of supplementation as a part of their lifestyle, especially through this kind of program, they're really encouraged to continue with it afterwards. Okay, so what else do you get as a coach? You get a comprehensive coach's guide, promotional material that can be customized, the full detox program, recipe and guidebook, and then your license allows you to share with 9 additional clients, so 1 for you and then 9 to share, and then all of the bonuses as listed for you to give to your clients. You get marketing support as well, so emails to send to your potential client. You get Facebook posts that you can share and are getting shared all the time. You have tons of group support and group starts. So at this point, we have groups starting every single Monday in May. And I know Stephanie Morrison, one of our contributors and a holistic nutritionist, is starting in May as well with her group. Actually, I know several people who are already starting in May. Brittany Meissner, Sylvia Porto, her group, and Stephanie Morrison are starting in May. So you've got support. We'll have groups starting every week probably till the Tuesday after the long weekend in May will be the last one. It's a very affordable program for your clients, and the bonuses are incredible. We are working on more videos. We have the video from the live event, but we have to cut it up because right now it's 3 hours, and no one's going to sit in front of their computer for 3 hours. And you also get personalized marketing posters that we are constantly updating and changing. And everything's in Dropbox, which means you can share things directly from your phone. So if you have Dropbox on your phone, you can share posters and marketing things directly from your phone. And that's one of the reasons why I switched to Dropbox this year. If you would like a printed guidebook, I will hold one up. Let me just lean over here. I've got them beside my desk. So if you're a person that likes reading your recipe book, so this is 120 pages. There are pictures. You can order them. They are $15 each for up to 5. But if you buy 5, basically you get 1 for free, so it's $75. I will ship across Canada and the US. I know that for 1 book, anywhere in Canada, it's $5 shipping. Anywhere else, I have to estimate. I have to go to the post office and actually find out how much your shipping is going to be. And then you send me the email transfer, and that's how it works. It's all by email transfer. It's not something I can do via PayPal because the shipping costs change all the time. So you just order through info@30daywholebodydetox.com. So how do we find out more information? So if you're ready to enroll, and really cool, we had someone enrolled during the call. So welcome to that new person to the Detox program. I'm not going to announce their name because I don't know if everybody wants me to announce that they're doing it or not. But we had a new coach and a new client both registered during the webinar, which is amazing. So 30daywholebodydetox.com, you can actually enroll directly as a client right there. It says order now. It explains again everything you're going to get, all the value that you're getting for your dollar. And then you write the person who referred you. It asks you right away to who referred you, and then they'll take care of placing your order through USANA for you to be able to get the products right to your front door. Pardon me. We recommend ordering the products about a week in advance so that you'll have them. So if you're planning to start on the 18th, I would order by this Friday just to make sure that you get everything you need in time for the program, because there's nothing worse than like waiting for your product and you really want to start. Sometimes it's really fast, but sometimes it takes longer. The Facebook page, our Facebook page is just facebook.com/30daywholebodydetox. That is a public page. We share regularly on this page as well. It is growing. It is almost at 1,000 likes. So if you have not liked this page on Facebook, we would love and appreciate that. Even if you don't do anything with the program, you'll get a lot of value from that. And look up our hashtag. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and see all the beautiful pictures of the food that people have been posting, because it's a whole food program. And finally, if you are a coach and you want to become a coach of the program, please go to the coaches info, 30daywholebodydetox.com/coaches info. So at this point, what I'd like to do is I just want to invite questions. So Linda and Eric, if you guys want to unmute, and if anybody has any questions for any of us, let's just take maybe 5 minutes for some questions. If anybody has them, you can type them in the chat. If not, it means we've done a great job with the webinar. Hi. It's hard to know I don't know if people are typing or not. So, all right. Oh, I just got a lot of thank yous. So, all right. Well, let's say thank you to Linda. Thank you, Erica. That was amazing. The recording we will post on the webpage shortly. So thank you, everybody, and good night. And we look forward to supporting you as hopefully a client or a potential, if you're going to join us as a coach, we'd love that as well. Thanks so much, everybody. Have an amazing